all of them. This is a 2-wire. All right. Now this is really important because in the job you're going to be doing, you're going to be looking at all these wires, so you got to know what these wires do. Otherwise, you're going to wire it up wrong, and then the unit won't turn on, right? So we kind of want to go over this, which is pretty critical. So you see, look, that one had 8 wires. This one has 2. Right. This is for, like, let's say somebody has just heat in their house, or a floor heater, or a wall heater, and then all you do is jump these 2, and the heat turns on, right? And so this is like if you didn't have a thermostat. So sometimes thermostats go bad. The way I take them off the wall and I try to jump them, if the heater turns on, I know the thermostat is bad, and I replace the thermostat.
So comment would be white on that?
No, this one wouldn't have any common. In like, for example, the that's a good question. Sometimes, let's say for example, do you know what a wall heater is? Do you guys know what a wall heaters are?
We have one right there.
Mounted on the...
Yeah, exactly. So it looks just like this one, right? Exactly. This is a wall heater. So these wall heaters don't have transformers. All right, these wall heaters only need 2 wires, and they do not have a common. The common actually runs right to the gas valve, but this works in millivolts. Millivolt, which is lower than 1 volt, and so it's a little bit different system altogether. All right, so we're gonna get back to this in a minute. Now I'm gonna go somewhere else, then I'm gonna come back. All right, I said this is 24 volts. Do you guys know how many volts are in this?
120?
120, exactly. All right, so everything is 120. And then, so look, and I'm gonna measure it just to show you. So you guys are gonna learn a little bit of how to read the electrical and the voltage and all that. And then, then you're gonna, there's 2 ways of testing it, with the meters or with your finger. If you stick your finger in there, that's another way of trying it out. You wanna try it for us, Carlos? See what the voltage is in there? Okay, look, so we're gonna try it out, right? So it says there's 116 volts. All right. Notice the thermostat has 24 volts. All right. So what we use in air conditioning, we like 24 volts. When we wire up a thermostat, you guys know what thermostats are, right? Those things on the wall. For example, I just bought 3 thermostats right now, and these are the Ecobee thermostats, right? They're like some of the more modern thermostats. They all operate on 24 volts. In heating and air conditioning, everything that in all like homes or residentials or residents, we use 24 volts as the control wiring. Control means that's what turns things on and turns things off. So that kind of makes sense. Control. So there's a difference. There's voltage, high voltage, and then there's control, low voltage. If you had to work on something, what do you think would be safer for you to work on high voltage, super deadly voltage, or 24 volts, which can't do anything to you? Okay, so they've done that in air conditioning in order for you to, let's say for example, a homeowner is working on their thermostat and then the face falls off of it. There's no way they're gonna put 120 volts or 220 volts, because the homeowner by accident might touch it and freaking get electrocuted, right? So they step it down, all right? And so if I wanted to step it down, if I were to plug into this, how much voltage would be in these 2 wires? The same that's there, right? Which is 110. So what we do is, in order for us to get 24 volts, we have to put power into, we power a transformer, and the transformer then reduces it to 24 volts. All right. So there's a certain configuration that you have to wire this transformer up. This transformer is, remember, transformers reduce power from something very high to something lower, whatever it may be. This transformer in particular, you could bring it down to 24 volts, and you can connect from either 110 or 110, 220, 277, or 480 volts, which is very high voltage. So that's why it has so many different colors. So it says, well, let's say for example that I was working on a really high building with a lot of power. I would want to get one of these transformers to step it down, because I can use this transformer in a house, in a big building, with a lot of different voltages. I can connect this one to the many different things and reduce it to 24 volts. I just got to figure what configuration I'm going to use. All right. So at this point, if I wanted to connect to this wall, and I want to connect to and make it 24 volts, it tells me right here, it says if I want to use 120, I got to use the black and the white. So at this point, I would connect the black and the white. And now I'm going to grab these two wires, I'm going to wire net them together. I connect them together, and now I created 24 volts in two of these wires.
How do you know which one goes to what?
So, good question. Take a look at this. Tell me, there's a little, well, you can't really see it on this one, but you could see it on this one. Let's take a look at this one. You know, you like electricity, don't you? Okay, so if you were to connect, if you're going to connect to a power source and let me know if you guys get lost, all right? But if you're going to connect to a power source that was 240 volts, what wires would you use there? What wires do you have to connect that 240 volt to? What wires would you use? Take a look at the transformer.
What wires would I use?
Yeah. If you wanted to transform 240 volts down to 24 volts.
Is there any stuff at the
Any
top
letters?
that you could read?
White, black, and red.
Huh?
It says white, black, and red.